Joining us now to speak more about today's announcement is a chairperson of the Sports, Arts and Culture Parliamentary Portfolio Committee, Chairperson McGluwa. A very good evening and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. Good to be chatting to you once again. The Minister mentioned that there is a lot of interest in the private sector and it's going to take a lot of their money in order to get this race here. But what will South Africa's and the South African government's role be in hosting this race?
Well, firstly, let me say thank you for the opportunity. As the Portfolio Committee Sports, Arts and Culture, we welcome the announcement by the Minister regarding South Africa's steering committee who will manage the process of birding. Also his announcement of the involvement of various business people. I think that is something good for South Africa, and this is very good for the country. We support all sporting initiatives as a committee, and events of this nature, have the potential to bring foreign direct investment as this event also promises to be. There is also currently a tourism pillar to this, and the minister is able to bring, if he is able to bring it, we will support him as the committee. And we say it presents a significant opportunity for any province to showcase South Africa's global stage. But we're also saying as a committee that we have a role to play. And at the end of the day, irrespective of which city will win the bid, however, for any city to qualify and successfully host such prestigious event, as a committee we say that it must urgently address its critical water, sewage and broader infrastructure that challenges that we experience throughout the country. With these issues, if it's left unresolved, there is no way, that we will be able to meet a demanding standards required for hosting this Formula One.
Yeah. I suppose that's true for hosting any major sporting event, but is that not the responsibility of government to ensure that those infrastructure standards are actually met to begin with before we even speak about the kind of standards that are required from a motorsporting point of view?
Well, we say that we are an important stakeholder as government, and it is important that the process is conducted with a very stringent oversight to ensure every single cent is well spent and also that proper tender processes are adhered to. We would like to ensure the nation as Parliament with this GNU, we will take our oversight role seriously, and we will also, do everything to prevent corruption within the processes of hosting F1. The GNU is working well, and we say that the minister and numerous entities, including provinces and also municipalities, will have to make their pit stop on various occasions at the Portfolio Committee. They have to appear before Parliament with a detailed briefing on the negotiations, and also, when it comes to the discussions related to hosting this major event and their plans to deal with water, sewage and electricity. Now, our oversight is actually a standard protocol to ensure that public funds and the interest of the public out there, their interests are safeguarded. The committee will have to have a thorough look on the impact assessment, and also, as you have rightfully said, the role that government is going to play. And I can guarantee it will not be when people and when entities will appear before the Portfolio Committee, it will not be an easy interrogation. When some of these entities will appear before us, we say this is not about just hosting a race. It's about tourism, it is about job, it's about economic growth, it's about a number of things, infrastructure development, transport, even funding and sponsorship, as Minister Gayton McKenzie has indicated. And more so, it's about social cohesion and also the broader social and economic benefits for those live close to that particular development. We want a fair process. As government, we want a fair process and we want an open process. And we also would like to see whether each province or whoever is applying, have an open opportunity. So we will require that the minister present us with an update regarding the process of this bid. So transparency and accountability will be key for the portfolio committee. And we say that it is no one else but South Africans that has to benefit. And at the end of the day, this development must leave a lasting legacy. Also, Parliament should come clear and make a pronouncement, because an event of this nature, really, there must be some kind of commitment from Parliament. So everything we do in this particular space must also support a developmental state. It must create jobs. And if it doesn't create jobs, then we have failed. It must also be inclusive when it comes to economic growth.
Chairperson, excuse me, jumping in, just cognizant of time. Previously, opposition parties have slammed major sporting events as vanity projects. Why is this one any different?
Well, it's not different. Like I've said, we support anything that, be to the advantage of this country. We as South Africans also, we should be very pragmatic on how we're going to deal with this. Following the minister's announcement, it seemed that there's also quite huge expectations for it to be underwritten by government. Therefore, the minister himself has made it very clear that various, ministers within a cabinet is in full support of this. So we say we will demand a post-legacy and a beneficiation plan for local committees, and this must be non-negotiable. If this event will create jobs, if this event will grow and give an opportunity for an economic growth, then yes, I say that as a committee and as Parliament, it is important for us to support this event.
We had Dricus du Plessis and the defence of his title. We knew that he would be defending his world middleweight UFC title. And there was talk about potentially getting a roof over the Cape Town stadium, but it would need government funding in order for that to happen. That was a world championship defence. The roof never happened, and the defence of his title and the fight is now going to be taking place in Australia. So from the Sports Portfolio Committee, what events do you decide to support and those that you guys don't support?
You see, as the Portfolio Committee, we cannot, defend announcement made by the minister and various other political leaders. We take cognizance of the announcement by the minister at the time. I think that was during September, where the announcement has been made that the event is coming to Cape Town. And unfortunately so, without any further communication or consultation, we've learned this event is taking place in Australia. And I think the person best placed is the person who have promised the entire community that this event will take place in Cape Town. So I cannot respond to that. But what I can say about the issue at stake, it's an event of this magnitude. It requires careful planning. Any event, it also requires extensive stakeholder engagement. And some of these issues, we have politicians going out there, they pronounce on something, and we as the Portfolio Committee only learn through the newspaper and news channels about these pronouncements. And it is therefore then our responsibility to summons those individuals to the Portfolio Committee to please come and explain. And I think that is also an issue that will come up when the minister, will be appearing before the committee, so that we can find out, why and what are the reasons that the nation has been promised that Dricus will be able to have his fight in Cape Town, and it did not happen.
Joe McGluwa is the chairperson of the Sports, Arts and Culture Portfolio Committee in Parliament. We thank you very much for your time and chatting to us here on Newzroom Afrika once again. That's how we come to the end of your sport in this hour. Your headlines are next. Do stay with us.